Good morning. Is today's update. The main thing was on crude oil. Put out a note mid-morning yesterday. You can see here that we had a time continuation sell the day before, but it was a weak one. Yeah, there's not much range. There wasn't a lot going on. But then what happened was we made new highs overnight, and then it started reversing, and so the note came out to say it was then building a timing point, that blue arrow, the 7-day, and then also a UFO which built pretty early through the day because we've made a 9-bar high. The RSI was pretty quickly making a 3-bar low, and everyone's headed for the exit all at once, so it collapsed over $4 or about 5%. Close to close. Key thing now is the bounce, 49.98. That's the critical level above. Not surprising that it's bouncing a little bit today, as everyone, all the algorithms and everyone trips over each other yesterday. Just do Brent as well. A very similar story. But there is a monthly level here at 50.33, which is about another buck below. You've got to remember that this is a predictive level, so it's for the month's end. So if we take out that low, that line's going to move back down to the bottom here. But it is a reference point for now. Elsewhere, a real divergence between Europe and America in terms of equities. S&P took out 99 the day before, which we said was the critical point. Extended higher. You've got really two stocks vying for who can get to 1,000 first. But, if I type it in right, Google. So just stormed higher. I mean, it's up best part of 5% this week, or from that, everyone heading for the exit again on one day. And if we do Amazon, I think it maybe just about made it. Oh, 9.99. Yeah. Interesting on Amazon is support is actually quite close. It was resistance, it took it out, and so you've got a bank of support. So Amazon is got closer support than what Google has got. It's probably worth putting some range relativities on there. I don't think Amazon's been going long enough to get a yearly level. No, it hasn't. So currently above the monthly, but the weekly was within it, so we're not overextended or anything like that. Google, very similar story really. It's above its monthly, but the weekly was not over. Yes, so again, the weekly is not above the monthly. Obviously, assuming it stays up to date, it will be next week, but we're not overextended for the time being. Let's just remove that. Obviously, the Nasdaq, being tech heavy, has been the real beneficiary, so that's already taken out that high pretty extensively. But the Dow, I think the Dow didn't quite do it. No, so the Dow isn't there. So this monthly level, this is the one that if we break that high between now and the end of the month, that level will disappear. So it is trying to be predictive. So that's pretty crucial. 21,169. So about another 80 higher. Just a quick look at sectors. Stocks, so that's just about taken out its previous high, and we do something like telecoms, just do AT&T just to look at that. The real driver in that one has been STRP, so AT&T is pretty poor. You've got STRP, which has been subject to frenzied takeovers, and has now stabilised. I think they must have agreed, looking at the volatility, they must have looked at agreed a price. So telecoms is one to watch, because this is what's been fueling it, and that fuel has now dissipated. Currency is pretty quiet. The only one of interest, again, which was mentioned early yesterday, is the Australian dollar, and it produced a time continuation sell, having failed just ahead of the weekly resistance. Now we sort of drifted a little bit lower overnight. If we do the futures, it's going to produce more levels. And your focus is 73.88. That's about another 50 down. It's interesting that after that there is nothing, and the spot rate 71.59, which is the best part of 300 points away. So pretty critical for the Aussie to see where it finishes. If we do the range relativity, ideally you want to take out this low here on the spot, and on the futures still a little bit away as well. Actually it's close to that support point, so that's a pretty critical level just for today if it's going to be weak again. Going to gold and silver. Pretty quiet. Bounce back up again. Held that weekly support yesterday, so that was 1252.2, and the low was 1252.6. Silver though still hasn't taken out 33. Pretty close though, so 1733, close above there, that opens up the upside there. Okay, I think that's it.